What's packing, everybody? It's your boy Godchild, first of his name, and this is the What's Packing Sports Show. And today we're talking about trust. Do you trust the Green Bay Packers front office? Do I trust them to do what, Godchild? Do I trust them to put a competitive team on the field? Yes. Yes, I do. Do I trust them to be a well-run organization without any scandals or controversies? Yes, I do. Do I trust them to take care of the cap and to not make a bunch of dumb decisions in free agency or take terrible players in the draft? For the most part, I do. I mean, every team has their Justin Hurrells, if you will. But the Packers don't have an Albert Haynesworth. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a overpaid, high-priced free agent that they brought in that didn't do shit. Well, yeah, not overpaid. They did bring in some free agents that haven't done stuff in recent years, but they didn't overpay them. But do you trust that this organization is going to do everything that they can do to put this team in a position to win the Super Bowl right now? No. No, I don't. And you know why I don't? Because the Packers don't have a track record of doing so. Even as far back as Brett Favre, right? We all remember towards the end of his career, the Packers had an opportunity to bring Randy Moss on the team, but they didn't do it. And not only do they not have a track record of doing so, that's more so on Ted Thompson. I want to look forward, right? I want to be in the right now. Brian Gutekunst, what has he done? He's been a little more aggressive in the draft and in free agency, but still, he hasn't gone all in. Right now, it's like the Packers, they're like, they split their focus. And they build for the future and for the present equally, 50-50, no matter what's going on. And that's a good rule of thumb for like a team that isn't there yet, or like a team that's just like completely like restarting over from scratch. Like, you build 50-50. And you might even say you build more for the future if your team sucks or they're just rebuilding or whatever the case may be. You just got a new general manager and a new head coach. You might have some veterans in place, but most likely that new general manager and head coach is going to be building their team for the future. But when you have a team like the Green Bay Packers right now that are ripe and ready to win a Super Bowl and make a run, like a dynastic run at the Super Bowl, you can't be 50-50. You got to be like 80-20, 80% right now, all in, 20% for the future. And if you just look at what the Packers have done this offseason, one move in particular, I feel like it perfectly summarizes everything. And there's a lot we can dive into on this topic, but I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. The Aaron Jones thing was a mistake to me. The Aaron Jones contract extension, 4 years, $48 million, that was a mistake. And it wasn't a mistake because Aaron Jones isn't worth the money. I think actually he's worth more money. But the reason why it was a mistake and why I can't trust this organization to do everything in their power to put this team over the hump is because that money could have been used better somewhere else. For instance, they have a weakness at cornerback and they have a weakness at defensive lineman. Both of those areas could have been addressed with that money that they used to pay Aaron Jones. The Minnesota Vikings signed Dalvin Tomlinson to 2 years, $22 million. And they signed Patrick Peterson to 1 year, $10 million deal. That's only $30 million, bro. That would have still saved them $16 million on the Aaron Jones deal. Then, let's say you don't bring Kevin King back. That saves you $6 million. And honestly, they probably should have just let Mercedes Lewis walk out the door. I mean, that's another $8 million. So $14 million plus $16 million, that's $30 million. Now maybe you have enough money to say, bring back a Corey Linsley to keep your number one offensive line in check. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you don't bring back Linsley and maybe you let Jones walk, but maybe you go out and you get a receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, or Levante David, an inside linebacker, bolster that defense even more. Instead, the Packers keep making all these moves that are like pulling in opposite directions at the same time. It's like you take 2 steps forward to take 1 step back, Green Bay. And it's like, you have Rodgers. You signed the deal back in 2018. Why are you still pussyfooting around? Go all in, bro. Other teams are getting better. The Packers, in my opinion, you could argue got worse. They didn't need Aaron Jones back. I'm sorry. That wasn't a right now move. It seemed like a right now move. And damn sure it wasn't a future move. It just was a bad move, bro. The Packers made a couple of bad decisions this offseason that it honestly concerns me. I'm like, damn. Nothing's changed, so why do I feel like they would have a better chance at winning this year when they didn't last year? I don't know. Look, you tell me what you think down below in the comments. I would love to hear some of your opinions. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do that, man. I would really appreciate that a lot, and it would mean a lot to me and to the channel. So, hit the notification bell. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I would greatly appreciate that as well. Until the next show, as always, go Pack, go, and remember, the Bears still suck.
Puda, you the GOAT, boy.